Brilliance Audio presents No Quarter by Tanya Huff, performed by Nicol Zanzarella. Motes of dust spun in the sunlight, slanting into the upper hold through an open hatch. At the edge of the shadows, a slight, dark figure held a round shield, turning it this way and that so its polished surface caught the light. "And I thought Bannon was vain," Vree muttered. "It's not vanity," Gyhard protested. As the quiet voice in her head spoke with unusual seriousness, the ex-assassin, late of His Imperial Majesty's Sixth Army, snorted but continued tilting the shield. "There, hold it there." Vree stared into the makeshift mirror, feeling as though she were seeing her features for the first time. Her dark brown eyes looked too big for her face. Her chin was ridiculously pointed. 6 days at sea under an unrelenting late summer sun had darkened the deep olive of her skin. She looked thin and much younger than her almost 22 years. "You are young." Her lips pressed into a thin line. "You told me you couldn't hear my thoughts." When Bannon had shared her body and it had been her brother's voice she heard, their thoughts had merged, and with their thoughts their identities. It had very nearly destroyed them both. With Gyhard, however, it had been easy to draw the line between them. Until now. "I can feel strong emotions, Vree." Gyhard's reassurance was almost gentle. "So can you. There's no need to panic." "You don't know—" "I have a good idea." He'd been there from the beginning. As Governor Aralt, the leader of a rebellion whom Vree and Bannon had been sent to assassinate, he'd stolen Bannon's body. When Vree had appeared carrying her brother's life, her brother's Kigh, tucked in with her own, he'd blackmailed her into helping him get close enough to a young imperial prince for him to make yet another trade. But a broken piece of his past had taken the prince, and they'd ended up chasing him across half the empire, together. He'd seen how close she'd come to losing herself and sharing herself with her brother. "I'm not Bannon, Vree. His weaknesses aren't mine. Neither are his strengths." Until Gyhard had driven them apart, Bannon had been the center of her life. No, her teeth ground together. Gyhard had not driven them apart. For reasons she could not yet admit, she'd chosen to save his life by making it a part of her own, and now had to face the consequences of that decision. Forcing the tension out of her shoulders, she stared down at her reflection. "Are you done?" "In a minute." "What do you think you're going to see?" "Who I am." "Who I am." "Did you hear that?" Brows drawn in, she set the shield aside and started for the ladder leading up to the deck. "Hear what?" "Lookout spotted a sail." Calloused fingers and toes barely touched the polished wooden rungs, and a heartbeat later, Vree crossed the deck to a knot of sailors gathered at the rail. "What is it?" It was the one sentence she could say in Shkoder and be certain she'd got it right. "Pirates,"